OMG, it is Thursday, October 31st, All Hallows Eve. Then again, OMG, Satan and his legions of angels or demons are going to come out in forth tonight and possess your children. Come out in forth. I want to get to some important. I'm going to read through some stuff from that Project 2025 mandate for leadership. I've done this before, but I want to get into some more of the stuff that's in there. And this is fucking insane. This is the Republican agenda. What the fuck they call it, the conservative, and this to me and to you and what's going on now, what we get always underneath the left, right, the Republicans with the Democrats. This proves that there are two different factions of the New World Order agenda fighting it. This proves it when you see the major differences between what goes on between the two. But let me pause here. First, I want to show a clip that came from that Levine dude from Fox. I don't need to pause. I got it right. He's talking about what happened with the Jews. I saw this on the TV and backed up. I don't know how long it went on because I had changed the channel, but I videoed it for 1 minute. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but this dude is showing some documentary of all the film footage they took back then. But listen to what he says here. Oh, let me make sure the volume's up. I'm going to skip forward.
The dead which lay there were not numbered in hundreds,
God damn it.
but in thousands. Not
I
means only half filled. Well, and what happened
shit,
on
I'm sorry. I
October
went too far.
7th, the bodies of their comrades, but they were too weak to keep up with the rate at which they were dying. So the pit remains only half filled. Well, and what happened on October 7th was the worst thing since that.
Can you believe that, Horse? Can you look at the fucking propaganda? That comes from CNN, Fox, Trump, Hillary, Harris, what the fuck's his name, Kennedy?
Insane. Equating what do I know we're going to argue among the numbers. I don't give a but listen to what the fuck they're saying. Showing all those bodies of those dead Jews back then and equating that to the October 7th attack, the false flag stage agenda to get this going that killed supposedly and allegedly and false flagishly and bullshittedly 1,200 people. But let's pause. I'm going to read. I'm not going to show it because it takes too fucking long. So I'm just going to read through shit on this Project 2025, the mandate for a new whatever. Pause here. Okay, first I want to start out with some screenshots of other stuff I took. I'm just going to read it. They're from recent articles. This is from CNN. I looked it up. Kennedy actually said this. Trump promised to give him sweeping power over certain agencies. Okay. The key that I think that is President Trump has promised me is control of the public health agencies, which are DHS, CDC, FDA, NIH, National Institutes of Health, and a few others, and then also the USDA, which is the key to making America healthy. We have to get off seed oils. We've got to get off pesticide intensive. It's in fucking saying I don't know if RFK here is part of this or he thinks he's going to go in and change something. If that's the way it is, then he's as much the enemy as anybody else. It's in fucking... Okay, if you go through... I'm going to read through this stuff from the Project 2025. They want to, and they plan to annihilate the FBI, the CDC, FEMA, and DHS, Homeland Security. And I get all these patriots are going to say, oh my God, that's good. No, it's not. This is consolidating the power underneath the president by eliminating everybody below him and eliminating or annihilating their power, specifically and especially the FBI and, I'm brain farting here. The FBI and shit, I just said it. But hey, okay, let me get going. So the FBI and what is it? What am I thinking? The CDC. But anyway, he wants to break up and break them up or eliminate them and shit. So that way they don't have the power they used to. So that goes along with replacing the roughly 50,000 government workers with political appointees. So everybody's in favor of you. I'm going to get into it so I'm not brain farting here. Some other notes. Decreasing access to medication abortion. If you look, I'm going to get to the law. Oh, here it is. The Comstock Act of 1873. Project 2020 suggests that a hospital administration could bypass the FDA and effectively ban medication abortion, getting the pill through the mail. They would outlaw it so you couldn't get the abortion pill through the mail. And I know all these Christians, oh my God, you can't kill a baby for any reason whatsoever. But this is just freaking insane. This is a Comstock, an act of 1873. It's an anti-obscenity law that prohibits mailing anything intended for producing abortion, among other things. But this is freaking insane. 2 pages, cover FEMA, according to Scientific America. They would end its flood insurance program, which is worthless anyway, and replacing with private insurance. What's the problem with private insurance? We've all seen these videos over the years. It's a conspiracy. Look, all these insurance companies are severely raising the rates or ending flood insurance or hurricane insurance or whatever, because it's not a conspiracy. These are private companies. They see what's coming, and they knew what's coming, whether or not they knew about the climate change via geoengineering. They saw, so they either raise it rates because they're private businesses. Fucking duh. But let's go on here. The document describes NOAA as a primary component of the climate change. Trump has said he wants to remove the term climate change from anybody and every agency, and that would mean Fox could no longer talk about it, CNN could, anybody else could, mainstream, not us, could no longer talk about, we can no longer mention climate change because they won't, Trump and the others will not address geoengineering whatsoever. But Trump, I'm gonna find the clip here where the earliest where Trump mentioned, climate change needs to be gotten rid of because it doesn't exist. But anyway, they want to describes NOAA so they're blaming NOAA for bringing up the climate change alarm, and it should be broken up and downsized. Let me keep going here. I'm going to go as fast as I can, so I can keep pausing. On Fox, Donald Trump calls climate change a hoax. In the 1920s, they were talking about global freezing. 2018, Trump says climate change is not a hoax, but it's sure, but not sure of its source. 2019, Donald Trump surprising, misleading climate change boast. I'm going to get into the Project 2025. I mean, it's a fucking amazing. I started reading through more in the last few days. Here's what Trump said in 2012. Climate change is perpetrated by the Chinese. I think it's real. Trump's quick reply. I did not say that. Ignores his Twitter feed. But back on November 2012, Trump did indeed post this. The concept of global warming was created by and for the Chinese in order to U.S. make manufacturing non-competitive. It's Google it. Trump wants to get rid of the term climate change. Oh, what's a recent? At least 95 people just died in a flash flood in Spain. They got a year's worth of rain in 8 hours. I don't know if you can see that picture of the cars pile up down that. Anyway, let's keep going. Let me skip that. I don't want to pause here. Part of 2025 society hard targets for the woke. Oh, let me skip that. I want to read the full paragraphs. Oh, let me turn my phone sideways here. I'm going to read through these the way I screenshotted them. Today, the left is threatening the tax-exempt status of churches and charities that reject woke progressivism. They will soon turn to Christian schools and clubs with the same totalitarian intent. Where have we seen that? Nowhere. This is propaganda in this Project 2025. The next conservative president must make the institutions of American civil society hard targets for woke culture warriors. This starts with deleting the terms sexual orientation, gender identity, diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, gender equality, gender equity, gender awareness. You get all shit, including abortion, reproductive health, reproductive rights, and any other term used to deprive Americans of their First Amendment rights out of every federal rule. This shit's in fucking. I should have got the page numbers, but go look through this shit. This is screenshots directly from Prime. I completely agree. As it's going to be addressed here, there should be nothing in the workplace, nothing in the church, nothing any in the school, anywhere that says because of your gender you get special privileges. They're going to address this here where they teach gender stuff, and when they want to teach gender stuff in schools and all that shit, that should be gone, and it should be gone. I mean, that's just bullshit. But let's keep going here. I brought this up before, but people got to realize how important this is, and the problem with Christians and the moral police, they're going to see this as a good thing, but it's going to lead to more censorship. But look at the censorship that is here. Pornography manifested today in the omnipresent propagation of transgender ideology and secularization of children. They're telling you that the only pornography out there is about transgenders and the sexuality of children. That's bullshit. I've never... Dag Stanhope did a comedy routine about that. He says, I've watched all sorts of porn over the years. I've never ever seen even an option to click on sex with children. I haven't seen that either, and I used to be a big fan of porn. I'm 58, almost 59 now, and I would need a blue pill, and I'm not taking drugs. Let's keep... Anyway, for instance, it is not a political Gordian knot inextricably binding up desperate claims about free speech, property rights, sexual liberation, and child welfare. It has no claim to First Amendment protection. Its purveyors are child predators and misogynistic exploiters of women. Bullshit. In some instances, yeah, back in the day when you didn't have to prove age or couldn't. I mean, people fucking got to get it. Once they start censoring shit and getting rid of stuff, they're not going to stop. They're not going to... Oh my God, like I've said, you get the Christians running this country, the Christian agenda, it's not going to stop. I guarantee you within 2 years they're chopping off fingers, chopping off hands, dunking people in fucking lakes. If you die, you were a witch. I mean, insane. Their product is as addictive as any illicit drug and as psychologically destructive as any crime. Pornography should be outlawed. The people who produce and distribute it should be imprisoned. Educators and public librarians who purvey it should be classed as registered sex offenders, and telecommunications and technology firms that facilitate its spread should be shuttered. Would you look at what the fuck they are saying here? Okay, let me keep going here. Schools, parents should out the other way around. They kind of switched subjects here. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, the stuff that does need to go, like they were addressing here, and critical race theory, gender ideology, nothing should be put above like that. That shit should be taught anyway. You poison our children, yes they do. Who are being taught on one hand to affirm that the color of their skin fundamentally determines their identity, which is what they're doing. And even their moral status, on the other hand, taught to deny the very creatureliness that inheres in being. Okay, critical race theory. Allowing parents or physicians to reassign the sex of a minor is child abuse. Yes, it is. And for public institutions to use taxpayer dollars to declare the superiority or an inferiority of certain races, sex, or religions is a violation of the Constitution. Yes, it is. Let's keep going. Many Silicon Valley executives famously don't let their own kids have smartphones. Okay, keep going along with this. They nevertheless make billions of dollars addicting other people's children to their TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms are specifically designed to create the digital dependencies that fuel mental illness and anxiety, to fray children's bonds with their parents and siblings. Federal policy cannot allow this industrial-scale child abuse to continue. Censorship. I was trying to find the other clip. I did another video where it actually said they were going to censor one of them, which meant all of them. But this is you're going to get censorship. They're going to see Trump is doing this Trump fucking MAGA thing. They think they want people to believe we're going to be pro-American, pro this. Yes, they are. Yeah, especially closing the border as much as they can, shipping out 11 million illegals, which might go down to 1 million or 500,000, and all this other. It's insanely fucking stupid the way people are falling for this shit. But let's go. Roe vs. Wade. Okay, talked about Roe vs. Wade. Under Roe v. Wade, facilitated the deaths of tens of millions of unborn children. But the Dobbs decision is just the beginning. Conservatives in the states and in Washington, including in the next conservative administration, should push as hard as possible to protect the unborn in every jurisdiction in America. What does that mean? National law, federal law outlawing abortion. In particular, the next conservative president should work with Congress to enact the most robust protections for the unborn that Congress will support while deploying existing federal powers to protect innocent life and vigorously complying with statutory bans on federal funding for abortions. Let me keep going there. I overlap these on purpose. Same one. Hang on. Nope, should have skipped that one. Oops, I got. Hang on. I like it. This is really bad. Give it to go. The next conservative president should go beyond, this to talk about oil and stuff. The next conservative president should go beyond merely defending America's any interest, but go on offense. The next conservative president should go merely beyond defending America's energy interests, but go on offense, asserting them around the world. America's vast reserves of oil and natural gas are not an environmental problem. Yes, they are, of course. They are the lifeblood of economic growth. Yes, they are. Double-edged sword. American dominance of the global energy market would be a good thing for the world and more importantly for we the people. This is so much in this about this shit. It's not just higher wages for workers who didn't go to college. There's a few of that. They bring that up a few times. Okay, working rights. The Declaration of Independence, this is what I've said, the Declaration of Independence family asserts a belief America's founders that all men are created equal and endowed with the God-given rights to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Underneath life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, like I've said, the states should have decide what they want to do with abortions, but overriding that is the Constitution, which says you have life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Underneath the life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, if your life, your liberty, your happiness, this means you have to have an abortion. You don't have to. You want to. Okay, let me keep going. They keep doing that. There's all sorts of mentions of the Creator and God and all that in here. What they meant might be understood today as an essence of pursuit of blessedness. That is, an individual must be free to live as his Creator ordained to flourish. Our Constitution grants us each a liberty Our Constitution grants each of us a liberty to do not what we want, but what we ought. Okay, then if you not what you want, but what you ought, either way it goes both ways. You get an abortion, right? But no. This pursuit of good life is found primarily in family, marriage, children, Thanksgiving dinners. Where'd I go? Thanksgiving dinners and the like. Many find happiness through work. Think of dedicated teachers or healthcare professionals, entrepreneurs, plumbers storing themselves. It's a job well done. Religious devotion and spirituality are the greatest pursuits of happiness. Our republic, our freedom for each other. The next conservative president will enter office January 20th, 2025. There's more good shit going. Like I said, I'm not going to turn my phone around and pause. So let me, I got that. The gender allowing parents to reassign sex, bad, of course. Oh, listen to this. Religion. Provide robust protections for religious employers. America's religious diversity means that workplaces include people of many faiths and that many employers are faith-based. Nevertheless, the Biden administration has been hostile to people of faith, especially those with traditional beliefs. About marriage, gender, and sexuality, the new administration should enact policies with respect for religious exercise in the workplace, including under the First Amendment, the Religious Freedom Restoration Act of 1993 and conscience protection laws. I got to keep reading to explain this. Issue an executive order protecting religious employers and employees. The president should make clear via executive order that religious employers, the guy that hires you, are free to run their businesses according to their religious beliefs. That means all of them. General non-discrimination laws notwithstanding, sex, age, anything, and support participation of religious employees and employees as federal contractors in federal agencies and programs. It almost sounds like doublespeak there, but any religious region, you want to get rid of somebody, they can't come into your business whatsoever, gone. Hang on, Title 7. Clarify Title 7's religious and organization exemptions. Congress should clarify Title 7's religious organization exemptions to make it more explicit that those employers may make employment decisions based on religion regardless of non-discrimination laws. An employer can say, I'm not going to fucking hire you because you're not a Christian. That's what that is saying. Okay, Title 7, another one. Provide robust accommodations for religious employees. Title 7 requires reasonable accommodations for an employee. That's like, I guess if you're Muslim, you got to do your prayer mat thing. Fine, let them. But will that go away? Because we're going to be a Christian nation if they get their wish. Observances, practices, unless it poses undue hardship on the employer's business. Let's see, unless it's a marriage, Congress should clarify. Okay, let's keep going here. Sabbath rest. God ordained the Sabbath as a day of rest, and until very recently, the Judeo-Christian tradition sought to honor that mandate by moral and legal regulation of work on that day. Moreover, a shared day off makes it possible for families and communities to enjoy time off together rather than as automatized individuals. Unfortunately, that communal day of rest has eroded under the pressure of consumerism and secularism. So here we go. The communal rest by amending the Fair Labor Standards Act. That day would default to Sunday, except for employers with a sincere religious belief of Sabbath at a different time. Let's keep going here. Where was I? That would default to Sunday time for Sunday. The obligation would transfer to that period instead. House of worship. And employers legally required to operate on their clock. Oh crap! I didn't mean to I went too long here. They have to pay time and a half. So if you're going to work on the Sabbath and you claim to be a Christian, or maybe not, but they have to pay time and a half, like overtime. Rescind regulations prohibiting discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation, gender identity, gender status, and sex characteristics. So, in other words, if you're not a heterosexual, they can do what they want with you. The president should direct agencies to rescind regulations interpreting sex discrimination provisions as prohibiting discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation, gender identity, transgender status, sex characteristic, etc. Do you realize how bad this will be if this Project 2525 gets going underneath the Republican agenda? I realize we're fucked under both, and it's going to speed up under these people. The project asserts that the entire executive branch is under the direct control of the president. Do you realize how bad that would be that's a dictator. That's all that is dictatorship. Hang on. I think that's it for that. Okay, let me pause there so I can see where I'm going to go now. This is from the CNN website and how they're propagating the bullshit. January 6th, pretty fun. How MAGA activists are preparing to undermine the election if Trump loses. Propagating fear porn for the Democrats. Stop the steal, reemerge if Trump loses, blah, blah, blah. Believe the only way the former president can lose is through fraud. Laid out proposals to thwart the potential Harris victory. Insane. This guy, I have a plan, a strategy, this Ivan Du said. Former Green Beret, political operative who has close ties to Trump. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Propaganda. False flag. What do they call them? That paid actors. What the hell are they calling people? Fuck, maybe I'll think of it. But this time around, MAGA activists have been planning to undermine the Harris victory. This guy, yes, the steal is happening again. Emerald Robinson, right-wing broad, nearly 800,000 followers. It doesn't take days to get election results. It takes days to cheat. Fucking insanely fucking stupid. Same article. Some activists are already preparing violent activity that they link to the narrative of an impending civil war, raising the risk of violence against government targets and ideological opponents. This is the bullshit that channels like Richie from Boston and others put out on BitChute and YouTube and their podcasts and social media. There will never, ever be a civil war in this country. Again, I'm going to tell you right now, the only time this country will fall apart is when the climate change, primarily run by, induced by, created by geoengineering, just gets so bad they cannot keep our food supply stocked in this country. Pause here. Or toilet paper. Oh, I want to end this. I want to apologize for my last video. I want to keep it short. When you upload a video on BitChute, it's not like you can just walk away, at least not on your phone, like on YouTube, and it'll upload when it's done. You cannot, I don't have a computer. If I let my phone time out, I got it for, I think, 2 minutes. If I let the screen time out and go blank for like more than a minute, it'll drop the video. I have to start over again. So I got to keep babysitting it, keep touching the screen. And so I did that. It went through. It said upload complete. I put proceed. And then it should show on my screen on BitChute my video is processing. It didn't show that. So I uploaded again. It didn't show it up. Then all of a sudden, all three of them showed up at the same time. So I deleted the last two. So if you were watching one of the last two, I might have deleted it while you were watching it. But sorry about that. But I am not a teacher of our consciousness and that we are the Christ. That's why I'm just spreading the message of those videos by that guy, Bill Donahue. And that dude was insanely fucking chosen by whatever power created us and this planet. The atom, A-T-U-M, become the atom that splits. That's we got Adam and Eve and consciousness. That's what the Bible teaches. Go watch this dude's videos. It's freaking awesome. Watch his videos, Adam and Eve, Sodom and... Watch the one, it's called Cherubim and Cerebrum, and he'll explain that the cherubim, the angels mentioned in the Bible, are talking about our brain. And the white horse, Pegasus, Amon's horn in our brain. The Bible it's amazing that the intelligence that created the Bible created us. But I think that's it.